Hey, you guys, special guest. One of my heroes and a lot of people's heroes, changed the game. Brian, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
He was a movement. He was everything, especially man. I don't like to refer back to the stuff you did earlier because I want to do that in conversation. This is Pauly Shore, you guys. Pauly Shore, thank you so much for being on the Koy Pond.
I was going to pick up your check the other night at Jing, but I saw the amount that it was. I was like, fuck that shit. This guy loves to eat steak, dude. What the hell, bro?
You rolled through Jing? I love that guy.
Dude, no, Jing, the restaurant.
There's a restaurant called Jing out here in Summerlin. And shout out to Charlie, by the way, the owner. This guy owns this restaurant, Brian. Little Asian guy, right? Successful. He's got so many of these restaurants. His restaurant in Summerlin is popping. Wears the same polo every night. Like, that's when you know someone's made it. When they fuck it, one polo. That's all. One polo every day. One polo. Where's my polo? I'm going to work. The one I wear at Jing. Motherfucker, you're already wearing it. It's the only one you're wearing. Wears the same polo.
He's the Bill Belichick of restaurateurs.
Yes. I'm gonna actually buy him another polo, man. He's the nicest guy. Jing, that's a shout out. And you did that, Pauly. What are you doing, man? Nice plug. Are you living in Summerlin or where are you at?
I can't tell you the exact location. I have a lot of enemies after me. They might climb the bushes. You know what I mean? But just say we're in the Vegas vicinity. You know, we're in Vegas. I'm close to downtown.
Oh, nice, man. So yeah. You got out of California. Everyone seems to be bailing. I bailed. I had a restaurant here. So I came here 5 years ago. I also started stand-up here, Pauly. So
wow.
Started for me. And I started in 89 out here.
Wow.
But what made you do the move, Pauly? Especially this is so dope.
Yeah, I was in Maui for the quarantine, and I would be hiking every day, and it just hit me. You know, you're hiking, a couple miles a day. You're up in the, I think the area is called the Duck Pond, which is on the, I don't know. It's the Kanapali. I don't know. It's one of the sides of Maui, and I was just thinking about life. I was watching LA just kind of, I don't want to say burn, but just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on in LA? And I had been living there my whole life. And, both my parents had passed. And, my other friend passed. And all these, I was dealing with stuff with my family and the store. And I just kind of hit bottom. And I'm like, you know what? I want to start a new life. I want to become the Pauly that America, came to know back in the 90s, the guy that was fun, crazy, wild, and not carry around, LA shit, you know what I mean? Because it's so personal. I'm like the Jewish version of Dr. Dre of LA. Like, I've been there since I was born on the Strip, and I just wanted to just be free. And I just think in Vegas, there's so many stages, out here for a stand-up. I got a one-man show I've been working on. My dad lived here for 20 years. I got a lot of roots here. I got a lot of close friends. My friend Jason Strauss and Noah Tepperberger, own Tao and Lava, are my dear friends of 20-something years. Yeah. And I love the downtown area. It's very hip. It reminds me of Williamsburg. It reminds me of like Silver Lake. And it's very artist friendly. And it's just, I got a nice spot, so.
Pauly, when you seen Hollywood really grow. So when you refer to Silver Lake, that's literally what downtown is starting to turn into, man. If you haven't been to Vegas in a while, you need to visit downtown because it's beautiful. They're pumping a lot of money into it. It's hip. It's got a culture. It's got a vibe. Locals are living there. People are moving there to live. And yeah, you're right, man. I'm glad you said that because I love Las Vegas. And I used to hit, I miss the old comedy clubs. Your dad used to always play the Riviera. You know what I mean? I used to always see his name on the marquee and see Sammy Shore on there. And it's so crazy that your family is part of comedy history, man. And and the things that your mom did was incredible. Just creating a lot of characters that, you know, people that are listening right now have no idea the impact that your mom had, your family had on comedy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And when I hear those stories, you know, just like about Dice Clay, how your mom, now I'm talking out of, you know, I don't know the facts. You're the one that would tell the story, but just
you were just a coke dealer comedian in Vegas. You don't know what the fuck was going on.
no idea what's going on.
No, I'm just kidding.
But Pauly, like,
No.
do you get sick of telling those stories about how your mom, like, literally was influential with a lot of those characters that came up in the 90s? You know, I want to ask you, was she very active, like creating like Dice and Kinnison and even you? Was your character developed by her, or was that you created on your own?
Well, let's go with just my mom in general. I think the reason why, you know, people like Rogan and Diaz and Duncan Trussell and everyone is you know, dotes over my mom is because, you know, she created what she created, and she came on the scene at like in the early 70s, you know, and she was right there. You have to understand something. Like, a lot of people talk about the store, but they don't talk about my mom before the store. You know, like, my mom got the store at 40 years old.
Wow.
So she was older when she got the store. It's not like she got it at 25.
Yeah.
So when she got it, she had just gotten divorced from my dad around that time. I was 3 years old, and my brother Scott and Sandy, people don't even know I have a brother, Scott and Sandy, are a lot older. My sister died about 2 years ago, but she and my brother were there with my dad when he was touring with Elvis Presley and Tom Jones and that whole thing. So there was this whole Mitzi Shore that was kind of developed in college when she went to school in Madison, Wisconsin. She was a bohemian. She would, you know, kind of like, who's bohemian now? I don't know, like, who would be bohemian that's like an artist female now? Like, she was that in college. So when she met my dad, she was already this person that was kind of like developing artists and stuff like that. And she met my dad when he was doing comedy in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, when he was touring. And she just gave him ideas about his act. So it was like a natural thing from my mom to develop comedians. It was like, it was in her. So that's when she got the store. When she got the store, it was just a natural thing to like help out these comics, you know?
Was she very funny?
My mom was very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
Yeah, no, she was, you know, she was two people for me. She was my mom, and then she was also like Mitzi Shore. My mom was really funny. Mitzi Shore wasn't that funny. Yeah.
she was very
Business. Yeah.
That's cool, man. And that I mean, and people don't know this. It's everybody, you guys. It's Dangerfield. It's Pryor. It's
no, Seinfeld and Dangerfield weren't part of the store. In reality, Seinfeld and Dangerfield were not friendly with my mom. My mom didn't like Dangerfield because Dangerfield would come to the Comedy Store and poach her comedians and put them on his Young Comedian special. And my mom felt like, remember Rodney Dangerfield's Young Comedian special? Yeah. And then she didn't like Seinfeld at all because, you know, she said he's a fucking New York comedian and he's terrible. He's New York. And that's kind of like, you know, she didn't really like New York comedians. My mom was very, you know, because there was like this war between her and Lorne Michaels, kind of like this feeling of like, you know, East Coast, West Coast, Biggie, Tupac, you know, type shit. My mom held down, you know, Sunset Strip.
Oh, crazy, man.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. It was gnarly back then, dude. It was like people jumping off the fucking roof of the Hyatt House, killing themselves. You got fucking Sam Kinison showing up with guns. You got Sam and fucking Bobcat Goldthwait were at each other's throats, dude. Like, bad, dude. Like, you think Carlos and fucking Joe Rogan had a beef? Like, it was nothing compared to how it was back then because there was guns and drugs and shit. You know what I mean?
The fuck?
So it was pretty.
How
It
old?
was pretty gnarly, dude. What?
How old were you during the Kinnison era and all that? Like,
I was in high school. I was actually holding the guns and the coke. So Sam just made me. Hold on. Yo, Andre, motherfucker, you're supposed to laugh, motherfucker. Laugh at my shit.
I think it was coming late. I think it's a delay.
Jesus Christ, you're motherfucking delayed, brother. Trying to help out my shit right now.
you were.
Dude, did you see? Yo, Koy, did you see fucking OJ Simpson is out, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, but he's out and he's acting as if people want to like hang out and talk sports. No one gives a fuck about what you did in sports, OJ. No one. He walks around. I think because he goes to Jing and hangs out. He's like, hey man, what do you guys think about Tom Brady going to Tampa? Where's the fucking knife? We didn't give a fuck about Tom Brady. The yards you ran. No one gives a fuck anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Glove.
Yeah. I heard he was trying to take a picture with you the other night, and you had your security. You had Charlie. You said, Charlie, get this motherfucker away from me, bro. I'm just trying to eat my steak that Pauly Shore is buying from me.
Charlie was like, "Thank God I wore this polo. Get the fuck out of my face, OJ."
Right.
He
Anyways.
I love talking about you, man, because you were so man, you don't understand, man. I loved everything, anything that Pauly put out, man. I couldn't wait to watch it. And that character, can I talk about the character? How did you develop it? You stayed in the store. Look at me. I don't even know your story. These are all like word of mouth stories. But I always thought that comics would have to like watch you to get stage time. Like you grew up in the Comedy Store. Like, how did this all happen, man? Like, where did that character develop?
Well, it was kind of like when I got on MTV, which was the early 90s, it was called Totally Pauly.
Yeah.
Right? Or as they used to call it, Totally Pauly. Oh, bro. Andre, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You were right after me, yo, MTV Raps, dude. So listen, so it just kind of like happened by accident. The shit happened kind of by accident. It was like, Jack Purdue, which is Jack Purdue, Koy?
Yes.
Yeah. So he used to babysit me, and he used to call me the Weasel. He'd be like, "You're a fucking little weasel," and I'd be like, and then my friends at Beverly High used to call me the Weasel. So people were calling me the Weasel. So I said to myself, if a weasel can make a noise, what would the fucking noise be? So I would be like, it's like, so I'd be like the weasel buddy. I would do the fucking noise. And then from there, it just developed in munching on some grindage, bro. Because I got my wood. I'm going to buff these chicks so hardcore, buff my helmet, dudes. And I don't even remember what I used to say, but I used to say all these fucking things. And it was my language straight to the kids on MTV. And they understood what it was. The executives didn't know what the fuck I was saying. And it was just like my talk right to the kids,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Was that a character you were doing on stage as well?
It wasn't really a character. It was kind of who I was.
Just you.
Yeah, it was kind of who I was. And as far as my dress, it was part me, part my mom, part Steven Tyler, and part Sam Kinison. So it's like a combination of a whole bunch of stuff. But then when I hit on MTV, you have to remember it was the biggest thing in the world because I hit at the perfect time, the perfect place, and the perfect era. And MTV was the biggest thing. It was bigger than Saturday Night Live. So if you held an MTV mic, you were fucking crowned cool motherfucker. You're really cool. So I felt so honored and so stoked in my 20s to get my own show on MTV. But it didn't just happen. It wasn't like they just gave me a mic. It was like it took me a while to get in over there because they didn't like me when they sent me home, and it took me a while, and it took me maneuvering and all this stuff that happened,
Totally culturally massive moment. I'm pretty sure there's a picture in my high school yearbook of me doing like one of your like
Yeah.
poses from back then.
Yeah, it was like, you know, it was the if there's an arrow going, you know, if there's an arrow going, I was right there at the tip of what was happening in culture, you know.
Yeah, man, you were right in the pocket, dude. And that's
yeah.
Yo MTV Raps and everything else, because that was that movement. It was the first. You guys were like the first ones to get into that generation and speak to that generation. And yeah, so everyone was consumed by it. I couldn't stop watching it, man. Everything that you put out, like it was like this movement. So I loved it, man. Favorite movie, Son-in-Law, still. So you can still watch it to this day. I could show that to my son and he'll fall in love with it. It's just one of those classics, man. So thank you, Pauly, for that. Thank you for that. With the one-man show that you're doing, is it going to be about the store? Is it going to be about your mom? What is it going to be about?
Well, it's all those things that people always ask me about, because I've been doing this for probably 30 years now. Yep. 30 years, you know. I started in the mid-'80s, and now it's 2020. So I don't know if you do the math. It's probably 30 years. So every movie I promote, everything I always do, they always go back to the store. Yeah. My mom, MTV, Beverly Hills High School, the Sunset Strip, all these different stories. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a one-man show about stories about my childhood, and it's going to be like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I'm going to put music to it. I'm going to put pictures behind me. I was very inspired by Mike Tyson's one-man show, which I thought was great, that Spike Lee directed. It was called The Undisputed Truth.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. So I was like, fuck, I love that kind of feel. So for the what?
He went to Broadway with that. Like,
yes, it was great. It was fucking great. So I toured my one-man show for about a year, and it was fucking, I would go, you know, when you play a funny bone, you do 2 shows on a Friday, 2 shows on a Saturday. I would do Friday, first show, the one-man show. Friday, second show, stand-up. So I would do Friday or Saturday, first show, one-man show, second show, stand-up. So I would break it up. And I was developing my one-man show, and it was getting good. And I finally got it to a place like, oh, shit. Like, it's got a beginning, middle, and end. The stories are there. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. So it's like pretty tight. I hadn't put the slides behind me yet in the videos, because I'm playing Funny Bones, and the systems aren't that, you know, compatible. You need a theater. But I locked picture, and then the COVID hit. And I was like, all right, well, at least I got the fucking thing under my belt, you know?
Yeah, that's cool, man. People now, you know, just with internet, Instagram and everything, it's like, yo, they got this in their pockets right now. So it's like, to blow up is easy. To do what he did in the 80s, in the 90s is like how do you become like this cult where everyone is like consumed by you? Like, how did you develop that? Like, there was no outlets. It was like MTV, and to get that was impossible. To get on MTV was impossible. So how the fuck did everyone know about you, man? Like, how is that? Am I making sense with this question? You know what I mean? It's like, how? Like, how did people go, yo, who's this guy? Did you hear about this guy in Hollywood? Paul? Like, I don't even understand how that was developed, how that created. Like, how did you build that foundation? How did everyone know about you?
I bring it back to the right place, right time, right, you know, guy, the right thing. So it was just like, you know, you look at just, what?
Was the store that powerful? Was it kind of like people just word of mouth would go back to like Iowa and be like, yo, we went to the store and we saw this guy. And it's just like this thing where they had to keep going back. You know what I mean? Like, what was it? Because there was only word of mouth. There's no other way you could know about the store back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I hit off of MTV, not off of the store.
Yeah, so but get that show on this on MTV without there being some type of interest, public interest.
Oh no, I was developing at the store for a while, and I was developing my act.
And people went out for it, right?
Yes, people were looking at. Yeah, definitely. Like, people were looking at me, going, "Who the fuck is this surfer fucking kid?" I was like 19. I was in the OR, and I was just killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't know I was the what?
That's what I'm getting at with you. So when you were developing that character at the store, right? And you're now people are coming, filling up the rooms to see Pauly Shore, correct?
Yes.
And that's where this build. This is where
no, what happened was MTV got wind of me about my act, this surfery type California-y guy, and a lady by the name of Drew Wilson, she heard about me, so she called my manager and said, "Hey, we really want to see this guy Pauly Shore because we think he could be right for spring break."
That's so cool. But my question is, okay, maybe I'm not asking correctly, but what I'm trying to say is now, like through social media, to build a fan base, you can do that through social media. You're just at the Comedy Store performing at the original room. You know what I mean? But yet you had this fan base coming. That was all word of mouth.
Well, that's similar to what my mom did with the comedians. You know, it's the same thing. Like, you know, when they heard about Kennison, or they heard about Dice, or they heard about Gary Shandling, or Howie Mandel, this guy with he puts the glove over his face, like, oh my God, Jim Carrey, he's doing this weird thing. So it's the same thing. It was like we were all popping at different times. Wow. Yeah, it was like,
and to be part of that history, bro.
Yeah, it was. We were all kind of like, that was the thing. It was like back then, like all the comics were so different. You know, like Dice was Dice, and Sam was Sam, and Roseanne was Roseanne, and you knew exactly what they were, and you would develop, like Roseanne she would just go on the Tonight Show with her 6 minutes, and then boom, sitcom. Dice Clay would go do, I think it was the Rodney Dangerfield special, 6 minutes, and then boom, he's selling out arenas. You know, it was kind of like that, and then Gary Shandling. He was developing for a long time there. And then all of a sudden, he wrote his stuff, and then he did the Gary Shandling show or something like that. And it just kind of was popping. Each person was in their own kind of lane. And I had my own lane, which was young rock and roll, kind of like, sex and that type of thing.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
So cool. Dude, this one-man show is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, about it. Yeah.
Hear this stuff, man. I love to hear these stories, man.
Well, we gotta hang out. We gotta hang out in Vegas now that we're here. Because I wanted to come in and do the podcast with you, but they don't do that. You guys aren't doing that together,
I know, man. Dre is quarantined, obviously, in some type of cabin. Brian is at his grandfather's house.
My ship paintings.
Fuck.
Where are you guys physically right now? I know you're in Vegas, Joe.
Yeah.
Studio City.
Where?
Studio City.
Studio City.
Los Feliz.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Los Feliz, dude. I love that neighborhood. I lived in Silver Lake for 7 years. I lived right on Lucille and right by the Intelligentsia. I love that area, but, right now it's hurting,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's not good at all. That's why I love coming to Vegas, man. I really do. That's why I'm here basically half the time. Dude, when you were coming up in Hollywood, you lived above the store, correct?
Yes.
So literally right above is where your house was. So you literally, like when Pauly says I lived in Hollywood, the fucking guy lived on Hollywood, like the heart of Hollywood. It's crazy to even think of that. So how the hell did your mom at 40 get this? I just don't get it. Like, how the fuck did she land that? Like, unbelievable gold mine. She's got the store, and then she's got a house right above it, right there, sitting right in the heart of Hollywood. Like, unbelievable, man. Like,
well, let me clarify a couple of things.
Yes.
The house that I grew up in was not right behind the Comedy Store.
Oh, okay.
The house that I grew up in when I was 4 years old was on Sunset and Doheny. Doheny Drive by Gil Turner's. You know where that is?
Yes.
So if you go up Gil Turner's up Doheny Drive, you go 5 blocks above Sunset. That was the house I grew up in for 40 years.
Got you. Oh.
But when I made it and I started doing my movies in MTV, My mom owned a house right behind the Comedy Store called Crest Hill. That's where all the comedians got fucked up in parties. Like Mark Maron talks about it, and Dice, and Yakov Smirnoff, and all these people like were up there. What a country, right? What a country. So that house I took over from my mom. We kicked the comedians out, right? Because they were just fucking it up and partying and doing drugs. And I said, Mom, I'll pay your rent and I'll just take it over. So I took over the lease from my mom for about 7-8 years. I lived in that house. And it was funny. I was trying to, because I was like full wheeze, so I wanted a purple and green and pink and all this shit. And I fucking had the designer that did Jeff Goldblum's house. I forgot her name, but I said, take me to Jeff Goldblum's house. So they took me to Jeff Goldblum's house because I wanted to see her design work and what she did. And I walk in, I saw this leopard fucking carpet with pink and purples. I'm like, I want that. And she says, you're not going to believe it. We have extra rolls. So I took all this shit from Jeff Goldblum's house, right? And I fucking took these rolls and I put them all over my house and painted the walls orange and had beads and shit. And it became, the house that Totally Pauly and Encino Man and Son-in-Law, The Army, Biodome, all those movies I did where, I lived in that house, and I lived right above the store. So I would do my movies. I'd walk down the street to the store, kill the main room, come back up. And there was no girls involved, no women. So that was it, I remember having fucking Lane Staley up in my house. You know him?
Who? Yes, huge fan. Alice in Chains lead singer.
Oh, yeah.
He used to come over. In my house. Hi, can you turn the light off, please? Turn it off. No, here, wait. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, they're just in the background. Okay. Sorry. No, that's okay. Thank you.
You folks know hiring can be difficult, but if you're a company that's currently trying to hire, you face new difficulties, from safely reopening your doors to finding the right person for a specialized role. It's real tough right now. HousingWire.com could relate. They needed to hire an ambitious reporter to cover news stories on the U.S. mortgage and housing markets, so they turned to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology finds people with the right expertise for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
I'm telling you right now, as a business owner, and I'm not talking about, Jo Koy Entertainment. I'm talking about restaurant, okay? One thing I don't like going through is a stack of applications and figuring out just by what they wrote, and usually they lie about it, and I have to figure out which one might be potentially good for my restaurant. So ZipRecruiter takes care of all that. They get rid of all the crap, all the BS, and only suggest the best ones for you to hire.
So Housing Wire used ZipRecruiter, and that's how they found Alexandra Roja. Alexandra never imagined she could get a reporter job in the midst of COVID-19. Hiring was frozen. The idea of looking for a job was discouraging. So she created a profile on ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter matched Alexandra to Housing Wire's reporter job because her degree and writing skills were a great fit for the role. Housing Wire received her application only 4 hours after they posted the job, and a few weeks later, Alexandra started her dream career. ZipRecruiter helped Alexandra find the right job, and they helped Housing Wire find the right person for their role fast.
How perfect is that? How perfect is that?
And now people can see how ZipRecruiter can help you hire. Try it now for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Koy. This time it's just KOY.
Yeah, let's just get right to the point. That's right. ZipRecruiter.com/Koy. KOY.
That's it. ZipRecruiter.com/Koy. Try it for free. Joe, as folks adapt to this changing world, we're all going to be buying more stuff online than ever before. And if you're an e-commerce seller, you got to be ready for the demands to meet the new delivery culture that we're in. And you can be ready with ShipStation.
ShipStation takes care of everything. No more long walks to the post office. No more waiting for. This is a do-it-yourself type situation when it comes to mailing stuff.
When you're selling online, getting a lot of orders out fast can be tough, and that's why you got to use ShipStation. How do you keep track of who gets what? Which shipping carrier should you use? Are you getting the best rates? ShipStation settles all that stuff for you. It is the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders, printing out labels, and getting your product to happy customers. ShipStation makes it easy.
ShipStation is the only station. You guys use it. I do. You're going to love it.
ShipStation helps online sellers of any size get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, and keep customers happy no matter what you're selling. Amazon, Etsy, your own website. ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface, making them really easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. You can just pull out your cell phone. You can check your inventories. You can check your orders. ShipStation works with all of the major carriers, including UPS, FedEx, the United States Postal Service, Amazon Fulfillment, so you can compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer. They even offer big discounts on shipping costs. Now, any business can access the same postage discounts that are usually reserved for large Fortune 500 companies. You'll always know that you're getting the best deal, which is why it's no wonder that ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. You'll ship more in less time with the best rates available. Now,
ShipStation, everyone. ShipStation. You want your business to blow up? Use ShipStation. Guaranteed satisfaction.
You know they got that code for you. Right now, the Koy Pond listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use offer code
Koy Pond, KOYPOND, you guys.
Yep. Just go to ShipStation.com, then enter the offer code Koy Pond. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
When I can't wait for this one-man show, dude. It's going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait. Is there also...
You know what the title of it is?
What?
It's called Stick with the Dancing.
Is it really?
Yeah, because that's what my mom said to me the first time she saw me do stand-up. Because what happened was my first time ever on stage in front of her, because you have to understand something, you guys. Like, when I decided, Mitzi Shore's son decided to do stand-up, the last thing I'm doing is performing at the store.
Yeah.
So I stayed away from the store for 2 years.
Yeah.
I worked the Laugh Factory with Jamie. I went to New York City with Faison Love, who is from San Diego, who's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He was just on my podcast yesterday. And finally, I got my act together, so I thought. And I would always end my act with a pop locking routine because I was breakdancing a lot when I was younger at Beverly High. And I do my show in the OR. What?
The scariest b-boy crews in the country from Beverly High. Like, all the other b-boy crews would not challenge the Beverly High b-boy crew. They're just too scary, man. Pauly was the front man. Pauly, just show the world. Show what Rocksteady was scared of. Show the world what. Yes. Over there. There, and that's it.
Yo.
That was one of Pauly's signature moves was the throw the and then pop the head back. It's break the head and then fix the head.
So let me tell you the end of this. Let's stick with the dancing. So I finally get to perform in front of my mom at the store in the OR.
Yeah.
And so think about it. Mitzi Shore's son, right? Everyone is watching, right?
Everyone. And when you say everyone, like everyone.
Yes.
Like the big wigs, the Roseanne.
Yeah, they're all sitting there. You got the comedians that are like this, that are like kind of going like, what the fuck is this guy going to do? Yeah. Like, I've been here my whole fucking life and this guy's going to come up and start doing his bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I go on stage and this is the first time I ever performed in front of my mom. And it's packed. It's a Monday night. It's fucking packed. And she's sitting there in between Louis Anderson and Paul Mooney.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Shit.
And my mom looks at the list and she's like, who's next? Right? And Paul Mooney's like, Paulie's up next. She's like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? This is bullshit. Why are you putting me through this? Right? I swear to God, I'm not fucking kidding, right?
I know.
So I do my show. And I did okay, but then I ended with the pop lock, and I think I played Freakazoid with the boombox. You know, this is the Freakazoid. Come on and wind me up. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. So after I go to my mom, I'm like, how did I do? And she looks at me, and goes, stick with the dancing. And then she like told me to fucking take a hike. That was fucked, dude. Fucked. It was fucked.
When did your mom finally pass you in? When she finally
After I became famous and I started drawing. Yes.
the fuck?
And she still didn't want to fucking put me on her stage. She was fucking gnarly, dude. My mom was gnarly, dude. She was gnarly.
Was Paul Mooney always next to her?
Yes.
Were they best friends?
They were close because of Richard Pryor, yeah.
Because, all right, so Bobby Lee, this is like 27, let's just say 22 years ago, maybe longer, actually. Bobby's like, you gotta, oh, no, this is about 18 years ago. So, but you gotta get to the store, man. Because I was always at the factory. You got to get to the store. I'm going to introduce you. I was like, dude, I tried, but I can never get on or whatever. I'll get Mitzi to watch you. All right, cool. Fuck, man. Well, we're waiting for me. Bobby finally sees Mitzi. Mitzi's pulls it. This is main room, right? She always went to the main room?
She went to both, whatever. She went to both.
Room, and she sat in that booth. There was some booth that she sat. Paul Mooney right next to her, dude. You know what I mean? And I go up. I killed. I thought for sure getting past. I got Bobby sitting right next to her. He loves me. I walk up. She doesn't even want to look at me, right? And then she just looks at Bobby. I need to see him again.
Right. Yeah.
I need to see him again. I didn't really see him. I was talking to Paul. I'm like, what the fuck?
Paul, fuck you.
No. I can explain. I can explain what her whole analogy was.
What is it?
For you.
Yeah, she just didn't.
I was probably there that night.
No shit.
Maybe, I don't know. Fuck, I was there my whole life. I might have, So what I think my mom said when she saw you was, she did not like you. It's not like she goes, because if she didn't like you, she wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. If she didn't like you, she wouldn't say anything. She'd just ignore the whole thing. So obviously, if she liked you, she would say, have him call in Monday for spots.
Yeah.
Right? She would say, have him call Monday for spots, or, see if he wants to work the door or something like that. She would say something like that. So the fact that she said that meant that she wasn't quite sure yet, and she wanted to see you again because she didn't lock in and say yes, and she didn't say no, but she wasn't quite sure. So she was dead on.
Oh,
she was dead on. So that's my thought about the feeling that she had for you. She just wasn't quite sure. You were Mr. I'm the man, because you were killed. But my mom doesn't look at the audience response. It's what she sees and for your development thing. So that's all what happened. And then after that, you were just like, fuck the Comedy Store, and you just went off and did your own thing, right?
Well, because Jamie was just, he was.
Yeah, he was on your dick, right?
Every night I was getting a spot, like literally 7 nights a week. But you don't understand though that as a comedy fan, it broke my heart. You know what I mean? Because all you hear is about Mitzi. All you hear about
but that means you just got to dig. That means you just got to dig deeper and say, hey, if I want to get in this gang here, I just got to shut the fuck up, listen to the person in charge, and trust her. She has a process, so trust her process that she's used for. Gary Shandling did 20 auditions for her. Yeah, you know what I mean, and so. Oh,
and I would have. I was very comfortable in the spot that I wanted to go back. You know what I mean? I wanted to, and then not only that, to perform in front of Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney was there too. Like, I went and saw Eddie Murphy Raw when I was 15. I bought tickets to Raw. I saw him at the Key Arena. It was called the Coliseum back in the day, and you know, you got to remember, there's no internet, there's nothing. You know what I mean? So anything that walks on that stage is brand new to the world, right? And the only person we know is Eddie Murphy. And Paul Mooney walks out with this big ass pink fedora, like huge. Dre, this pink fedora was like massive with this big white, you know, like band around the top, like huge pink fedora. When he walked out, man, everybody was like, who the fuck is this guy? 5 minutes, just complete destruction, bro. Just smashed the Coliseum. And that's all I knew Paul Mooney. I didn't see him until, you know, I go in front of Mitzi. To see Paul sitting next to Mitzi was even more of like this double whammy for me. So it was like, if you could just only imagine, like trying to get into the store and here's Bobby, you know, in Mitzi's ear trying to get me in, and here I am, you know, about to perform for Mitzi and Paul. It was quite intimidating, man. So yeah, man, it was for you to say that to me, man. That just made my day. It really did, because when she passed, I was like, fuck. You know, she never really got to.
No, but she said, have him come back, right?
That makes me happy, man.
Yeah, which means, you know, she definitely saw something. What?
Your mom fired me once.
That always haunted me for like years, Pauly. Like for years, I was like, fuck, man. Mitzi never really liked me. Now that you say that, man, that makes me very happy. So thank you for those words, man. Thanks.
Pauly, I managed the store for one day. About like 15 years ago, I got hired as a manager. And then before my second shift, I got a call from, I think it was Duncan, saying, hey, you don't have to come in. I'm like, what? They're like, actually, you got fired. I started at the Improv. And I'm like, what happened? They're like, well, Mitzi came back from vacation and we told her we hired a new manager who used to work at the Improv. And she said, Improv, fire him.
That's how it was back in those days.
Yeah, I know. I respect it, man. She that feud between her and Bud was real.
Yeah, no, that's how it was back in the day, you know, as gangsters. Like, even here in Vegas, like, I'm living in this old area, and the house that I'm living in right now is like 1957, and this whole area, you just feel like just gangsters. Like, you know, that's how the business was back then, you know? It was like Bernie Brillstein days, you know? It was, you know, that whole era, you know, is gone. And that was like, you know, I remember when I was younger, I was so excited about the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, like growing up, like on Hollywood, like I always wanted to go to the Oscars. So I was always like, I was obsessed with Tom Hanks, with Tom Cruise, with all these fucking just amazing actors, you know, Sean Penn and De Niro and all these guys. It was just like, they were over there and we were down. And there was always that place like, I want to go to the Oscars. And that's how Hollywood was back then. And now the Oscars are just like, no one wants to watch the Oscars anymore. I mean, as much as they did back then, you know?
Yeah, it's a different time, man. My son has no idea what TV is, Pauly.
Wow.
Doesn't. And my son doesn't even know what 30-minute programming is.
Wow.
And I know my son, huge sports fanatic. You know that, Dre. My son watches full games anymore. The kid will go to highlights or watch it. You know how they have that app that just shows you the plays. You know, it's live, but it's just the plays. Like this generation that's where we're at now. So it's like, yeah, something that was an event like the Oscars, like what it was for you and I, Pauly. Like that was a fucking event.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. You remember just the announcement for the host was a big thing. There was commercials of like Billy Crystal's back again hosting the Oscars. You're like, oh shit, Billy's back. Like that was a big thing. That doesn't even exist anymore. They don't give a fuck anymore.
It's sad, you know. And also, also the business is like, you know, it's like we are comedians, Joe. Yeah. You know what I mean? We act, we do comedy. And that's all we should really do.
Yeah.
Period. We shouldn't be dealing with devices and what's your algorithm and what's this and how do you edit that and grab. You know how much time takes away from us being funny to deal with bullshit?
Yep.
I mean, we shouldn't be dealing with all this graphics and mixing and all the editing and all this crap. We're like forced to fucking start producing all this stuff where we have to do it, you know?
But Pauly, it's fucking crazy because who managed that for you? Like, you were so huge, man. Like, what you're equivalent to right now, Pauly Shore 95, Pauly? Let's take 95, Pauly. The biggest, where was the biggest Pauly? 96, whatever it was, right? That's equivalent.
No, it was 2020 guest house right there. Guest house, bro. No,
That's 100%. Yeah, for sure. Brian, what I'm getting at with Pauly and that generation is equivalent to like an online 120 million followers.
Yes, massive.
Like anyone that's on IG right now, that's like, we don't really know who you are, but for some reason you have 90 million fucking followers. That's what Pauly was.
It's not even really possible to be that big anymore.
Anything. You were literally, that's what you were equivalent to. That was the level of fame you are. Every fucking kid knew who you were, man. Like, and how was that even managed? How did that even, what the fuck did you have to do? That had to have been crazy to be in your 20s at that level, man. Doing stand-up, bro. Stand-up was an old man's thing. You know what I mean? I remember begging my friends to go to watch stand-up, and my friends would be like, I'm not doing that shit. What are you can ask my dad. I'm not going to Dennis Wolfberg.
Right.
The fuck is Dennis Wolfberg? Like, crazy.
Dennis Wolfberg.
I remember Dennis Wolf. Oh, I love Dennis Wolfberg.
Oh, he was great.
He was great, dude, man. And like, no one got to see him, but I remember asking friends like, "Hey, you want to see Richard Jenny with me?" Like, who the fuck is Richard Jenny? Like, it wasn't a hip, cool thing like it is now. Stand up is hip, it's cool, but like when you were coming up, you were the only one, bro. Like, you were the only one. So it's like, how was that managed? How was that even? That must have been insane, dude.
You do it, I do it. We love to make people happy. We like to go on stage, and that's kind of who I was back then. That's who I am now. So it was like I was riding the wave. I got the MTV thing, and then we went into albums. We went to HBO specials. We went into movies. We went back to albums, back to MTV. So it was just me riding the wave, having an awesome time, and touring the world, doing, my thing. And it was like I was spinning all these plates at one time, and MTV was the backbone of that. Was the through line through the albums. I was the first one ever to fucking, and I don't think people know this, my first HBO special, which was called Pauly Does Dallas, was produced by MTV.
Wow.
And these are enemies. MTV and HBO back then are two polar opposites.
Yeah, they
were. They did not fucking work together. And I told my manager, Michael Rotenberg, I'm sure you know Michael, I was like, well, I'm from MTV. If HBO wants me, I have to have MTV produce it. So Joel Gallen was my director, and this was the first special Joel Gallen ever directed.
Wow.
So if you know who the fuck Joel Gallen is, he's directed every fucking special and every Comedy Central thing. Like, I gave him his first break, for that, because I said, if I'm doing an HBO special, I want it to be authentically have an MTV feel, which means I want MTV to produce it, and I want an MTV director to direct it. And that's what I did. So I was doing a whole bunch of shit that was kind of outside the box at the time.
Handling that business.
The what?
You were being the creative.
Yeah. And it's interesting because a lot of people think that I was drunk or stoned the whole time, and I wasn't. Mm-hmm. I wasn't, I partied a little bit. I had a good time, but I was never like Corey Feldman, where I'm like going to go out. Not that Corey's a bad dude. Corey's cool, but he would go off on like these 80s kids, they would go off on like 4-day bingers or stuff like that. Like, I never was that guy that would like go off and, and even when I was on MTV, I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't drinking. When the cameras were rolling, I was like, yo, bro, I was just doing it,
Yeah.
But I guess I learned that because I saw the knuckleheads at the store fuck it up. Mm-hmm. I saw these people just fuck it up, So I learned what not to do by watching them fuck up a lot,
That's cool, man.
Hey, Pauly, do you want to tell us about Guest House?
Right there, I'm excited. It's my first starring role in a feature film in a long time. The director saw me on Joe Rogan, I don't know, a year or 2 or 3 years, 2 years ago, whenever it was, when he was putting the movie together. And he said, fuck, Pauly needs to be starring in this. So he offered me the role. I helped rewrite it with them. And we all kind of held hands as a group. And we made a really fun, raunchy, R-rated comedy that I think came out at the perfect time. You know, with all this pandemic shit that's going on. It's a fun ride, and it's a great character that I play. And it's actually got a sweet ending, but it's got Bobby Lee's in it and Eric Griffin. You got all these comedians from the store in it. And it's done really well. People are liking it, so I'm excited.
Where can they go to watch it?
They can go everywhere that it's available. I mean, it's on Amazon, it's on Apple, it's on Bok Choy. Come here. This is my assistant, Bok Choy. Here he is. Tell us where we can find it. Apple TV, Google Play. Where's all the places? Here, come say hi to Joe. He likes you. Come here. He's cool. He's a young comic in Vegas, this guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he's half Chinese and he's half Vietnamese.
Nice. Oh, that's Bok Choy. I get it.
Yeah, Bok Choy. You have it? He doesn't have it. Anyways. Oh, wait. Here we go. Here. Here. Sit down.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Hello. Give me film Guest House on Apple TV, Amazon, AT&T, Bell TV, Cinepolis, DirecTV, Fandango, Dish, Echo Star, Frontier, Google Play, In Demand. Oh. I can't translate these to Vietnamese. My bad.
There you go. See.
Oh, that was great, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool. So
The good. Yeah, thank you, Bok Choy.
he says thank you, but he says, Bok Choy. That's Jo Koy. You know Jo Koy?
Yeah.
Is he a friend?
Yeah, it's my friend.
There you go.
I don't know if that's or hostage.
You know what?
Tell him Apple TV, Google Chrome,
Help me.
Amazon. He don't feed me. Like it was fucking. So. I'm fucking crying right now. You know why I'm crying? Because I thought he was fucking around and calling one of the housekeepers Bok Choy. And
No.
I didn't think a real Asian with a fucking Hawaiian shirt was going to come around the corner and sit down. I thought you were full of shit. I'm dying right now. I'm crying. Bok Choy.
You want to talk to Bok Choy?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. That was great, man. Holy shit. So he's opening for you, Pauly?
No, he's on the podcast. I do my podcast out here in Vegas, which you have to do, pretty please.
Oh, please. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it'll be great. He's out here. He's a comic. I've kind of started to get informed by the younger comedians here in Las Vegas. So I'm just kind of like taking them under my wing and stuff, you know.
I'm from Vegas. This is my home, man. That's the reason why I bought a house here too, because my family's here. I started my stand-up here. I went to everybody here.
Wow.
Like right when I moved here from Vegas, all I did was go to comedy clubs. And one of them that I went to the most was the Riviera Comedy Club, which Sammy was there. His name was on the fucking marquee, the big marquee, not the small one. Your dad's name was always big on that thing. It always said Sammy Shore. And Sharippa was the booker for that. And not too many people know who Sharippa. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know him from
Sopranos.
But before he got Sopranos, the dude was a booker for the comedy club at the Riviera.
For our listeners who don't, for the listeners who don't know, we're talking about Uncle Junior's big security guy from The Sopranos.
Yeah. And he was the booker. And I used to call all the time, Pauly. Like I'll be like 18 years old. I've never done stand up in my life, and I'm just like, hey man, if you need anyone to open, I'm here. What's your name, kid? I fucking make up a name. Glenn Joseph. Every week I changed my name. It got to the point where he knew who I was. And you know what he said to me? He goes, "Hey, kid, stop calling. All right? That's not how you're going to get on. That's not how you're going to get on as a comedian. You need to go to LA. You need to work out at the store. Then maybe you'll land a Tonight Show spot. Get that tape and then send it to me. And then I'll watch it. And then maybe I'll book you. All right, kid? So stop calling me." I'm like, "Okay, thank you. Bye." All right, bye, kid. And that was my fucking trip. I was trying so hard to get into that Riviera Comedy Club. But anyways, he had no idea I was there basically every other week just watching comics, from Drew Carey to, Sammy, everybody, Schimmel. But how was your relationship with your dad when he was here in Vegas working at the comedy club?
My relationship with my dad was always amazing.
He was the comic, right? He was the stand-up comic. He was the comedian. Your mom was the developer, the businesswoman, right? Is that how it went down?
Well, my dad was touring in the 50s. He was playing Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. That's where he met my mom. My mom was working for the boss of the camp there, and she started typing up his notes. And that's what I was saying early on. She would help him with his material. So she was the creative person, and he was, the comic. So yeah, my dad been doing stand-up since the 1950s.
Wow.
So yeah, so he lived in Vegas for the last 20 years. He passed away when he was 92 years old. So yeah, he had a really good life, and for me, it was great because he opened for me for a long time. He toured and opened for me for about 20 years. So he would go on stage and act all fucked up, and then I'd come on stage and say, "Now you know where I got it from," and it made sense because the audience would be like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." Because people were thinking like, maybe this is just some old dude that's acting weird, but it's not. It was like my real pops, and he was, he killed. I mean, he opened for every big comedian. He was also on TV and in the 70s and 80s, and yeah.
That's so cool. That's such a great story, man.
Yeah.
My son is very, very funny, and I don't know, he always hints around that he might do stand-up, and I swear that's my dream right there.
Oh, wow.
You just did with your dad. Man, I would love to open for my son. That would be the fucking highlight. That would be, out of everything that I've accomplished in my life, opening for my son would be amazing. It would be so fucking amazing.
Then you just crush as hard as you can.
Oh, fuck, man. Try and just make him eat my dick, man. I love to walk off stage and go, "Follow that, you fucking ass."
Right.
Say that to my son.
A lot of competition. You know what I mean? A lot of competition.
That's awesome, man. What is your favorite story from the store when it comes to stand-up competition, man? I'll tell you, my favorite was Cedric the Entertainer, man.
The what?
My favorite comic competition story is Cedric. I've told this story 1,000 times, but I crushed so hard opening for Cedric, and this is when he came out with the Honeymooners. Remember that movie, Brian, Dre, the Honeymooners, when he came out with that, and he was huge. Well, he's still huge, but this was like 3,000 people, 4,000 people, whatever it was, and I got the chance to open for him, and in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking destroy it, man. Ain't no way Cedric's gonna be able to follow this shit. I fucking crushed Pauly. Fucking destroyed, man. I turn to my side and I look. Cedric's bouncing up and down. He's got this suit. Everything matches: his hat, his shoes, a fucking vest, tie, all the same color. He's bouncing. That's what I'm talking about, motherfucker. Make me work for this money, Joe Koy. Make me this fucking money, Joe Koy. And I smack his hand. He walks past me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is that? I would have been pissed if someone crushed like that. And this guy walks out. Man, they don't even remember my name after 30 seconds. The minute he walks out, it was like no one even remembered who opened for him. And that was that inspiration for me. It was like, you got to always have someone crush in front of you, because that makes you that headliner. That makes you the reason why you're a headliner. And that's always been my story. Cedric he's my guy. That was that competition for me, man, to see that. So who was it for you, Pauly? Who was your guy?
Since my mom owned the comedy show, I got the best spot, so I never had to really follow anyone too hard. Whoa! No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I would follow just trying to think. I don't know. I kind of had my own, I mean, like, I wouldn't want to follow Rogan. I wouldn't want to follow, some of the big, the big guys right now, just because, I don't know. I don't want to work that fucking hard. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about when you came up. When
I came up. I don't know. I didn't. I mean, I had that with Sam. Sam with Sam Kennison, because I opened for him for a while. And I
already right there.
The what?
That's just fucking amazing that you did that. Like,
yeah. So I opened for Sam for a while, and
that guy was a rock star, bro.
Yeah.
I on and off, man. Like, off stage, he was a rock star. I don't know him. I just through what I saw, and I was such a fan of Sam. But what a fucking beast, man! What a beast. So that's cool that you were opening for Sam, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, he was the one that introduced me to like the middle of the country, because I'd grown up in Beverly Hills and West Hollywood on the Sunset Strip my whole life, and I never been to like Peoria, Illinois, or like or Wisconsin, or all these kind of places. So I went out with him and his brother Bill Kennison, and I used to fuck with people in the Midwest. It was my favorite thing because they were so weird looking to me. And I would fuck with them, and Bill would be like, "You better fucking stop that shit right now, boy. They don't do that shit in Beverly Hills out here in fucking Bucks, North Tennessee, boy. They're gonna kick your ass." And I'm like, the more he would do that, the more I'd fuck with people, because I couldn't believe how funny they looked. I was so in awe. Well, just people from the Midwest, the way they look, they walk, talk, the whole thing. I had never seen it. And now I'm more Midwest than I am like California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the Midwest more, pretty much. Yeah.
Isn't that funny, man? Like that's a real thing, man. Like, it's hard to explain that to my son sometimes, because it's like, yeah, man, you didn't know what the Midwest looked like until you went there. And people from the Midwest, when they came to Hollywood, they're just like, what the fuck is this? It's not like how it is now. You can look it up on anything. You can experience it. But like, that was literally a culture shock for you to come out of the hills, and then all of a sudden you're in fucking Dayton, Ohio.
The whole Steak and Shake experience.
Oh, man.
Was just like the what?
The Waffle House.
Oh yeah, it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, and Sam would sit me down. He goes, "That's a double patty. That's real ground beef right there. That's real ground beef. And right there, that's chili mac." I'm like, "What's in it?" "Well, that's chili mac 3 ways." And I'm like, "What's 3 ways?" They put the sauce there, and they put the chili on top, and you got the pasta right there. And it'd be like, and then he would eat both. He would have the steak burger, double steak burger, and then he would also have the the chili mac, and then he'd have a shake. What's chili mac and the shake? Hi, sorry.
How many people are over there?
Fuck is going on? How long is it going to take to clean the guest house?
I'm not in the guest house. Let me show you my backyard really quick. Here you go.
Yeah.
Let me show you this. You ready for this? So here's this is the podcast right here, right?
Love it.
You can see it?
Yard, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, and then here's the yard. Check this out. Look at this shit.
Vegas land? Look at that.
What do you think?
I love it.
Look, I have a trampoline in the back. You see the trampoline?
Dude, that's dope. Why don't you build see that part of the yard on the other side? Way on the other side. Just build another house over there.
No, I'm thinking about doing what Chappelle did and just a stand-up in the back.
Let's go.
Here's Bok Choy. He sits in the corner. Bok Choy, are you cool, dude?
Yeah, I'm cool, dude.
You see him?
Yeah, I see him.
You see?
Yes, yes.
Hey, Bok Joy.
I love it.
He's our friend, right? And look, check this out. Look at this. This is Lenny Bruce right there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Keep going. Show some.
And then here's my mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then there's Muhammad Ali.
That's great.
And then there's rooms back here, you see?
Yeah.
And then I got Woody Allen. He signed this poster for me right there. You see that?
That's dope.
And then we got
same people that did your decor did mine. I can tell. We just lost Pauly.
Can you hear me?
There you are.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my house out here. It's dope.
Beautiful, man. I already have an idea for bok choy. And
what do we do with them?
Well, merchandising first. I think you should make them a Christmas, because a life-size Christmas ornament would be so adorable.
That sounds good.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Well, you know I'm obsessed with Asians. You know that, right?
Happy Christmas!
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
No, I've been, ever since I was a little kid, I always liked Asians because my mom just hired Thai bartenders at the store. So my mom was always obsessed. My mom and dad were obsessed with Asians. My parents actually got married at a Chinese supper club called King Wai Lo Supper Club in Toledo, Ohio. So I've always been like obsessed with Asians because of my parents.
Oh, I'm so happy you bought an Asian. That's so dope. How much did bok choy cost you? I swear to God, the highlight of this fucking podcast is this. Bok choy. Bok choy. And all three of us, Dre and Brian and me, just like this. What the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? And then a little Asian named bok choy comes around the corner. I love it. Pauly, I want to see this one-man show, and I can't wait to see it, bro. Where are you planning on playing out here?
I don't know yet. We'll see. You know, when the stages start open, I'll just start popping up, you know?
Yeah, that'll be dope, man. Do you man, why don't you just bring a store out here? Are you still handling the store? Is that yours, or what's
Jesus Christ is running the store. Jamie Masada is. He's in charge.
He's got Comedy Store condoms that he hands out up front.
And Dave Stroop as well. Dave Stroop and Brian Heffron, all those guys, they got a little piece, you know?
Such a vague, specific reference. Dave Stroop.
Oh, wait. Let me throw another reference. Jeff Johnson.
Ooh, I don't know Jeff Johnson.
Okay. You haven't played the smaller markets that I've played.
I love Stroop, though.
Yeah, he's great.
Who's running the store? Where is it now?
My brothers are running it with a team of people over there, so they got it handled, you know. But unfortunately, there's no store now because of what's going on. So, but I assume the second everything opens up again, that place can be packed again. So,
yeah, that's beautiful, man. I can't wait, bro. This is gonna be amazing. The one-man show. Your stories are gonna be well waited on, man, because I can't wait to hear all of them. Are you going to talk about the history of the store? Or is it more just Pauly?
I think both. I think less is more. I think there'll be an autobiography, a memoir that'll be more detailed. Also a documentary, so that'll be more detailed. I want the man show to be really fun and crazy and silly and heartfelt, and I want it to be a show. I want to entertain. I want to dance. I want to sing and do all this crazy shit. I don't want it to be just like the Mike Tyson thing was just kind of like one, kind of note over, kind of. I want to perform. You know what I mean? I want to do that. So,
Dope, man. I can't wait for this. Through the quarantine, it sucks. I wish we could be in front of each other. This is not my norm, and I'm not going to change to it as well. They're doing the drive-in theaters. I turned it down. The Zoom or whatever it is, online stand-up, I'm turning it down. I'm not. You need a live audience, man, and I will wait until the theaters open. Are you planning on doing any of this stuff too as well? Are you thinking about doing the drive-in tour, or what's your plan?
I'm doing Colorado Springs at the end of the month. I'm playing a softball stadium where they're pulling a flatbed truck up to home plate, and everyone's going to be kind of like 6 feet apart for like 1,000 people a show.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's better than the drive-in idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's brilliant. But they're allowed to get to 1,000 people spaced out. Is that what they're doing?
It'll probably be around that, maybe 700, 1,000, something like that.
That's a great idea. I support that idea 100%. Bert Kreischer's doing the drive-ins. God bless him. He's crushing it, by the way. It's funny. I just don't know about a car for me. I can't. It's just not. It's not for me.
The honking's weird.
Huh?
The honking is weird.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. He can't. And the high beam for fucking applause breaks. I can't do that shit, dude. I need laughter. But your idea is brilliant, Pauly. I like that idea. I think you're the only one doing that. I've never heard that idea yet. So I'd love to hear how that comes through. Is that going to be your first time doing that?
Yes. And that'll be that. And then I'm playing Hyenas with Randy out there in Texas at the beginning of October. That's 50% capacity, you know?
Yeah, they're going to space that out. Is that your first time playing the comedy club?
I did Oklahoma in June, 100% capacity. And then I did Seattle. Half capacity.
You went 100% where? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
They don't give a what?
YOLO.
Well, what the fuck did you just do? Are you serious?
Yeah.
God bless them. Wow. Okay. Fuck it. Ain't COVID coming to here. It's Oklahoma, motherfucker. Make them laugh. 100% dope, man. I didn't know anyone was doing that. So what club was that?
It was called the Broadway. What?
Joy.
Bok Choy. Where is the Oklahoma club? Look online. Oklahoma, Google Oklahoma Comedy Club. Tell Koy wants to know Bok Choy. Bok Choy, tell Koy. Koy, tell boy. It's some Broadway club. Yeah, you know what's crazy is going on stage in Oklahoma in June was the first time that I had gone on stage since March. So you got March, April, May, June, like 4 months. It was fucking. When was the last time we did stand up?
March. March was like.
Yeah, isn't it? So the first time you go on, it was pretty weird. Did you find it? Google Oklahoma, dude. He wants to know. He's the host of the fucking show, dude. Don't leave him hanging. Yeah, here, tell him. Tell him, here, sit.
That's Bok Choy.
There's several.
Hey, Bok Choy. Hey,
Joe. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. As far as my search on Google, I found Bricktown Comedy Club in Oklahoma. There's a Looney Bin Comedy Club.
No, it's the Bricktown.
So yeah, it's probably Bricktown then.
Okay.
I'm gonna pee really quick. So keep talking.
All right. Yeah, probably just gonna pee real quick.
Gonna pee real quick.
Yep, sounds good.
Nice, man. So now we got Bok Choy, and what do you do for Paul?
I'm like a floater, so wherever he needs, I'm there. But I got hired as talent for his podcast, which is cool. It's a good experience as well. Yeah,
I love it. And your shirt that you're wearing is also, is it a Hawaiian print on a baseball,
yes,
baseball jersey? It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, Paul is back.
Turtle underneath that.
Yeah.
Wearing underneath that. Bok Choy.
It's called Bricktown Comedy Club.
I was getting deep with Bok Choy.
Oh, okay. You wanted to talk to him?
I'll take.
Okay, no, he's cool. What?
Fuck. He's
What happened?
a floater.
Yes.
That's what he does for you. He's a floater. Pretty much whatever Pauly needs. There she goes again. She's going to go clean over there. I think she's going to.
You want their number? They're actually pretty reasonable.
I have. Did mine walk
Okay.
yet? They should be walking behind me, just like.
They missed their cue.
Pauly, I fucking love you, man. You're exactly who you are, man. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're beautiful. Your
Thank you.
stories are amazing. Like people need to hear this. When this one man show comes out, it's going to be fucking amazing. The history that the store has, the impact on Hollywood, like what your mom did for comedy and Hollywood. She like when you did that Dr. Dre reference about like East Coast, West Coast, but your mom was the Dr. Dre. Your mom was she pumped out talent, man. Your mom's responsible for a lot of this shit, man. So, and then what you did was amazing, man. So thank you for everything that you've done, man. And I love you, bro. I really do.
Thank you. And I am really happy for you. I keep track of your career when I go on tour and you know, and you're doing great too. I go to Hawaii a lot and you're like the king over there. You fucking kill Hawaii, right? They fucking love you over there, bro.
Hawaii's nuts. Hawaii's nuts, dude.
Like Maui, you did shows in Maui and they're like just still talking about it.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, so congratulations on your stuff too. I know you've been at it for a long time. I know, you know, you're on top and I'm very happy for you because I know how hard this is. You know, fucking awesome for you too. So we're both doing our thing.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me on promoting my first feature film in a long time, Guest House. And I'm excited. Bobby Lee's in it, you know, our friend's in it. And
Bobby.
yeah, so.
And you're amazing. Guest House, you can get it anywhere. If you don't remember where to get it, just rewind this pod, and just listen to Bok Choy tell you where to go.
And then also my podcast too. I'd love to get you on it as well.
I'm on. By the way, I need a son-in-law poster. So I'm bringing one over, and you got to sign it.
Here, I'll sign this one. Here, look. Here we go. Here's got the right there.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome.
Amazing.
All right, brother.
I love you, Pauly.
I love you. Talk soon, dude.
I'll see you later, boss.
Later, guys. Bye.
See you, Pauly. Thank you.
Step into you.